Hey folks, Crazy Calamity here again. And this time we're going to look at a game called Insector X. And this was created by Taito in 1989. And this was suggested by YouTube user PS Jedi1. This is a very hard but very cutesy looking horizontally scrolling shooter. And this was also ported to the Sega Genesis. And I much prefer the Sega Genesis version. It's much cooler. It's far more realistic in its depiction of insects. This arcade version is very cutesy. I have never seen this in arcades. It was probably very limited in its US release. But I think you're just this insect shooter guy, flying guy that shoots the insect enemies that are trying to, I think, eventually take over the world. And you're just trying to create this balance between man and insect. Maybe you're half man, half insect, probably. But the enemies are very cutesy in this game. And like I said, in the Genesis, they're far more realistic looking, and I think it looks a lot cooler in the Genesis port. But there's cutesy music, cutesy characters. There are some very nice power-ups in this game, and there are these bee characters that you shoot to get the power-ups. There is a secondary bomb you can fire, and you collect those from other enemies. But you can get double shot, you can get faster shot, you can hold down the fire button for rapid fire when you get an icon that says PP. Maybe that means like double plasma or something. I don't know what the PP stands for. I don't even know what just the regular P stands for. But those are the power-up icons you can collect. You can also collect speed up. And eventually there will be flashing bees that can give you 1-ups, which is very nice. And that guy gave me a bomb. And with the secondary button, you can press it and release a bomb. And there are different bombs that you can collect, and they will have stronger effect when they fire. Actually, in the Sega Genesis version, it is called PP. The one of the weapon power-ups. The rapid fire is called A in this game. But we are almost ready to face the first boss. And yeah, the bosses are kind of cutesy looking. They're much cooler looking in the Sega Genesis port. But one other thing I don't really like about the arcade version is that sometimes it's kind of hard to tell where their weak spot is. You shoot what you think is the weak spot, and it does make the enemy flash, showing that that is indeed their weak spot. And then you swear you hit that same weak spot, and then nothing happens. But he's dead now. But this game is fairly hard. The best way to score points in this game, beat the bosses. They are very lucrative. 100,000 points. That's pretty nice. But yeah, for the when you collect the A from the B, that will give you a rapid fire. The P will make the weapon stronger, and now I have kind of a cool wave type of weapon. There's some enemies that are not insects. There's like a little piece of bamboo that sticks out of the ground. And there's a better bomb. Well, actually, I don't like that laser bounce bomb. I like the other ones better. And that acorn, I believe, makes your bomb stronger, whichever bomb you ended up picking up. But like I said, there will once in a while be like a flashing bee and that will surrender a 1-up icon when you kill it, and you collect it and you get your 1-up. There's another upgrade for my shot. Oh crap. This area is kind of tough. There's enemies that attack you from below and above. You can easily not be ready for them. Plus, there are like dragonflies or something that appear behind you, and they'll nail you from behind if you're not ready. And there are little flowers that you have to shoot the centers of them. There are also fish that will stick their heads up from water and shoot at you. Really weird game, very cutesy, but dear God, it can be difficult. And there's that rapid fire A, which I'm sure stands for automatic. What I really like about the Sega Genesis version is that you always have rapid fire. That's very, very helpful. I used to have a turbo controller for the Sega Genesis, and when I played Insector X, crap! Yeah, that guy got me from behind. When I played Insector X, I would put on slow motion. That really helped me from what I remember, because the action just got so damn fast and furious, and the enemies were shooting all over the place. There's another bomb icon. The bomb is very, very helpful to take out enemies below, not just in the areas where there's actually solid ground below you, but well, just anywhere. See, that's kind of nice to have. You can take out those pesky dragonflies from above. We're almost to the second boss, and this guy is like a grasshopper or something. But yeah, you gotta not get yourself pinched by the grasshopper coming at you. You gotta make sure there's room to move back up out of the way of those things that he's shooting. Yeah, it's so lame. You swear, it seems like you have to shoot his head. And you shoot it one time and it shows that you've damaged him, and then you shoot him again there and it doesn't seem to register. Well, there I beat him. We'll look at a tiny bit of Insector X later on. Get another 100,000 points for beating a boss. That is just great. And now we fly in front of, what is this, Big Ben? This game is pretty cool, but it's really hard, and that's just not fair that you swear you shot the boss and it registers at one point and then it doesn't register at another point. But there's a trick on the Sega Genesis version. When you run out of lives and see the continue screen, you hold down up left and press C for each extra continue you want to have. And you can continue on this game when you run out of lives. Crap. There will be certain enemies that take a ton of shots to kill, or bombs. But yeah, I think this just got limited release in the US at best. I kind of like that bomb. It's spread out. It can take out enemies above and below. Those are the enemies that take a lot of shots. But yeah, this game's really hard. The Genesis version is hard too, but at least you can shoot rapid fire in that one. You can just hold down the fire button. More of those enemies that take a lot of shots. Yeah, almost every enemy can shoot at you. And you need to be ready to move out of the way quickly. And on a lot of these levels, it's like split in half or pieces where you fly through a hole to go to the rest of the level. Now, right as soon as the coast is clear, you want to move down there and quickly be on the level of those mushroom things so you can shoot them. Because if you just keep flying over them, they're just going to pester you while you're already dealing with other enemies. You can get pinned behind certain areas, and like there, and the screen will scroll and pinch you. That's how I lost my last life. I declined to continue right there just so I can put in my initials, because I got the high score. But I will show you at least snippets of the rest of the game. There's only like 5 levels. We'll scoot forward and then we'll fly through this area, and then shortly after we'll face the boss of level 3. If you forgot what round you're on, you can look in the bottom right. It says R3, and that's round 3. Now we face this moth. And he's scattering a whole bunch of moth dust or something. But yeah, it's really kind of stupid that you shoot him and it registers, and then you shoot him in the same place and it doesn't register. We'll scoot ahead and see me killing him. The Sega Genesis doesn't have that problem. The enemies take the bosses take a whole lot of shots to bring down, but they'll always have a weak spot that keeps registering a hit when you shoot it. But yeah, the Genesis version is harder too, but I like it quite a bit more than the arcade version. It's like Sage's creation or something that produced the game for the Sega Genesis, and the insect creatures looked a lot more realistic, and the music wasn't as cutesy either. And again, there's that A that gives you a rapid fire, and there's that one up from the flashing B. We'll scoot forward a little bit. Yeah, I just fly through this area and go to the last part of round 4, I believe. I really like that bomb weapon too. You have infinite bomb weapon. Just keep using it when you're in a good spot to use it. And now here I'm gonna face a spider boss. Got enough room to maneuver between his shots. And you can shoot his little web parts. This is actually a fairly easy boss. I put on invincibility by this point. I'm sorry I forgot to mention. My initial game I did not have invincibility on. Here is the last round. Frogs. But you really kind of have to remember the behavior patterns of the enemies, what way that they shoot, where they appear on each level. Just keep practicing and remember their behavior and where they appear. Definitely a cool enough shooter. Yeah, once in a while you can come across a lightning icon, and that will be a smart bomb that'll destroy all enemies on screen. You'll get those from the bees too. Yeah, if you've never played the Sega Genesis version, give it a try. The graphics are a lot more impressive on that one. And like I said before, you get rapid fire to start with, and you don't lose it. It's very nice. It otherwise plays very similarly. You can get bombs. You can get. I think the firepower might be a little bit better on the Genesis version. The power-ups, and there'll be little walls you can destroy on the last level here and there. Yeah, watch out for those dragonflies from behind. Well, I hope you enjoyed your weekend. I was gonna go in the hot tub and soak tonight, but it was way too rainy. My hot tub is outdoors. It's a weird praying mantis type of creature. You have to try to move out of the way of these homing bombs or whatever those are. I like how it has this angry face on, but when it dies, it has this sad face. That was the last boss of Insector X. The Insector Fig Turf finally defeated Sovereign Baglon. Is recovered. Good old English or misspelling. That was Insector X by Taito in 1989. And yeah, the Sega Genesis version is much better. I like it a lot more, although this isn't bad. Well, we'll have a quick look at the Sega Genesis version. Cool music, very cool graphics, and like I said, it looks pretty cool with the realistic insect bosses. And you have automatic rapid fire. Just hold down the button and spray away, basically. But yeah, I like this version more than the arcade one. And there's the power-ups. Look at that. That's a cool bee enemy, boss enemy. Looks so awesome. But that was Insector X by Taito in 1989. And this is Crazy Climb Ready saying thanks for watching Insector X by Taito in 1989. And I will catch you later in the future with another video. Y'all have a good one, everybody. Take it easy. Bye-bye.